Hey guys and gals, it's me, MetalMan8713 here today. How's it going? I'm here to bring you a brand new YouTube video today. So, yep, I haven't done one of these videos for a couple of years since I done a video of my PSP collection over there back in 2012 and of the PS2 collection which used to have in the house, but earlier on this year we sold all the games and the console because, you know. Well, anyway, you know what? I'm here to do I tried doing this this video a few times before, but I couldn't really get it completed because, you know, I sort of filmed it at the wrong time, and also, well, the battery nearly died in my camera a few times, or I think it was my iPod Touch when I did it. Well, I don't know. So, yep. Well, anyway, I tried to do this a few times, but this time I'm pretty certain I'll be able to do a review of the system. I'm doing a review of Sega's very third entry when they were inside the console market. In 1988, they introduced a console called the Mega Drive in Japan, where it got released over there, which was a 16-bit video game system made to compete with it. Well, at the time of its launch, it was made to compete with both the previous gen systems, Nintendo Entertainment System, PC Engine, and then later on with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or Super Famicom, as everyone called it, as it's called in Japan. So, yep. And anyway, the Mega Drive, which I'm reviewing today, I haven't got the original Mega Drive in front of me, but I have got the Mega Drive 2 over here. Hey, yep. Well, I got this 5 years ago for Christmas off me older cousin, who he used to have this for years and played this when he was younger, and he sort of kept it in there for years and years until giving it as a Christmas present to me 6 years ago, and I've had it ever since. I have played it quite a bit as well. Well, you know, on a few games. Yep. Well, anyway, first we're gonna do. Well, I'm gonna be doing a review of the Mega Drive, or in this case, since this version of the Mega Drive is a cost-reduced version, the Mega Drive 2. The Mega Drive came out, I'll say again, in 1988. Japan. Came out over in the States, in Canada, in 1989, and it came out in Europe in the late 1990s. So, yep, it came out then, and also, yep, well, and also, it came out with a handful of launch titles that launched with it. Yep, and also the following year they came out with perhaps finally a mascot which allowed them to compete with Mario, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog, right here. Yep, this is the very first Sonic game, Mega Drive cartridge, right there. And I just forgot to mention when it was released in the States, it was not called Mega Drive in the States. They renamed it the Sega Genesis over there, which I absolutely have no clue why they changed the name. So, yep, I'm just going to do a quick overview. So, anyway, I'll be back in a second. I just need a drink. Then we're going to get a look at the system. Well, anyway, I'll say again, now here, I'm going to be doing a Mega Drive review here. Yep, I've just forgot to say again, when I also got this, this came with also games and also a couple of accessories included, which is great bonsai as well. First, we're going to have a quick look at the console, first of all. I've got to say, just before I say it, this is the Mega Drive 2, which I've got here, so this version is basically a redesigned, shrunk down version of the original Mega Drive. Well, this model came out in 1993, the original one came out over in European territories in the UK in 1990. Well, the original one was a bit bigger than this. It had a different sort of cartridge slot shape, and there are a few notable differences on this one compared to the original one. On the original Mega Drive, they had a headphone jack on the front. It was around on there, and it also had some stereo controls as well, but when they came to redesign the Mega Drive, they basically put that on the back, stereo AV output on the back, and also they did take off a couple of ports on the back, which you know, I mean, one of the ports was on earlier first gen Sega Mega Drive models, and then there was this other port which got taken off later on. But if you could tell me what those two ports that got taken off the Mega Drive were, I would highly appreciate it, and also cheers as well. Well, anyway, and also, I'm gonna have a quick look here. We've got your power button right here, and I forgot to mention I did not see on the original Mega Drive a little LED on here, so when it turned on, turns red. Got power button right here. Yeah, simple press button here. Very nice to feel as well, and the reset button on here, both red. And over in America, I think there were, when this came out in America, this model in the mid 90s, I think, well, it was sort of the same colour. It said Sega Genesis on there, and it had, I think the buttons were white, or you know, nice Sega right in there. I've got set on kind of interesting. It's a 16-bit Mega Drive 2 on here. So yeah, got two control ports on the front. It's a 9-pin connection right there. We'll go to the control in a second. And on the back we've got the power adapter plug and the RF output on the back, which basically connected to my TV when I set this up. So yeah, and also got the cartridge slot right here, and also it says under cartridge input, which you know will open up. So I forgot to say, when Sega redesigned their Master System, it did not have a spring-loaded door like this. It had a very stiff flap, which a bit stiff. It just snapped open, and then you put your game in, sit in there like so. And on this one, it has a spring door, and yeah. I know from this angle you can also kind of see the motherboard in there as well a little bit, and there's the cartridge slot right there. Yep, and comparing it to the other one, it's got a different cartridge slot shape, and also here's what Mega Drive cartridge looks like, you know, and everything. Well, they also look like this they also look similar to this in America, but in Japan it had a different cartridge shape, but inside it could have been the exact same cartridge, you know, and everything. So sitting there like that, switching a few of these games. Oh, quite stiff that time. Anyway, so yep. Well, you know what? I've got to say also the Mega Drive, and also they had two controllers that came out with the Mega Drive. They had the standard controller came out when the system came out, and here's what a standard one looks like right here. You know, there has D-pad. I've got to say it's a very, very comfortable D-pad actually. Right on there, start button right there, and your three main action buttons on there, A, B and T as well, and it says Mega Drive control pad. Very, very nice Sega writing on there, and it's the back. And also I've got to say, when it's like there, you know, I could say it's very, very comfortable in the hands too. Let me just yep, I've got to say, this is very, very comfortable to hold when you're playing. Real firm and grip. Real firm grip as well. Yeah, wonder if I like playing Sonic the Hedgehog and just, you know, yep. So yep, I've got to say this feels really comfortable to hold, and also when oopsie daisy, the camera went on the footstool, the lens nearly went up a bit. Sorry about that. 1 minute. Just gonna. There we are. Well, anyway, I forgot to say something. Also, there's a processor in there. It's a Motorola processor inside this unit, which can display, you know, it's got a 1632-bit Motorola 68000 CPU, clocked at 7.6 megahertz, which which also it's got a Zilog Z80 subprocessor which controls the hardware inside the machine. It also features backwards compatibility as well, and also got the RAM and video RAM at 72 gigabytes and also 72 as well gigabytes of RAM, and also it could display also 64 colours at once on the screen from a palette of 512, and also well, anyway, I forgot to say, that was just a brief look inside the hardware as well, and the controller as well. I've shown the standard controller. Well, I forgot to say also, when Street Fighter 2 came out, they did release a 6-button controller in 1993, which you know, you'll be able to see a picture of it quite quickly. It was still sort of, well, it was like an oval, sort of rounded oval sort of shape with. Still, basically, you got your D-pad. The start button was moved in the middle, and also, including these 3 action buttons, they had three extra buttons on top. So essentially, 6-button controller. So, yeah, which is kind of excellent. And also, I did forget to say, the Zilog Z80 processor. It also can prove that this is backwards compatible with Master System games. Well, and also, let me tell you this: the Master System was very well. When the console was out, it was more popular in European territories, UK and South America, than it was in Japan and North America. So, yeah, and also you could actually buy a converter that goes inside the cartridge slot to play Sega Master System games. So, yep. Well, which is kind of excellent. Well, anyway, pretty soon I'm gonna show you gameplay, but before that, you know what you need to play with your new shiny console, these brand new games. I have got a few on the shelf, and the rest of them are sort of in this box. I'm not gonna take them down. I'm just gonna show you. Yep, there's what's this one? We've got Streets of Rage 2 on there. WWF Super WrestleMania, yep, on there. This one's F-22 Interceptor, and a few of these cartridges are a bit bigger than the other ones. I'll put these back on the shelf in a minute. We've got FIFA 95, soccer. Wait, that should say football, because that's what football is, right there. That. Yep, all the sports logo on there as well. We've got Lethal Enforcers 2 on here. Street of Rage 1. A couple of these boxes also say Genesis systems on there as well for some reason. I don't know why. Robocop vs Terminator on there. And last but not least, Super Monaco GP on the shelf. Yep, so yep. I forgot to mention one of the members of my family used to own a spar shop on the high street, and years and years ago, they used to, like, have Mega Drive games on the shelf. Well, basically to rent and buying, and also maybe I don't know about buying. I'll have to ask him about it at some point. Well, anyway, I forgot to say there was also 4 other games in here too as well. There's also the Immortal right here. I've got this on my wrist for some reason. Yep. Got Sega Striker. Sega also had their own sports brand of games as well. Hence that on the top. Sega Striker, well, still football. No sports title on there. And also we got Terminator right there. And 2 Sonic games. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog 1, I've shown this earlier on. And also on the Mega Drive games. Since this is the PAL version, it's also going to display the English and also other languages and European languages on there, because this game was also because Mega Drive games are also available in Europe as well. And also, but last but not least, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which, you know, kind of bonza. Well, anyway, it's already hooked up and plugged in. Well, I'm gonna hook it up to the tripod and I'm gonna show you a bit of gameplay. I'm not gonna play quite a lot of games, though. I'll just decide on a couple. I'll decide like about two. I'll do 2 or 3 games if you like. I'm gonna do these 2 Sonic games right here, and I'll probably choose one of the games as well. So I'll see you in a moment.